Alright, now that I covered the update, guys, I wanted to show how the cabin performs with different weapons. Now, before I do that, there were some weird things I saw, like this paint. I never saw this paint before. Was it always in the game? And it has a weird name. System, Felony, Position, Wasteland. It's such a weird name. And there's also a bunch of stickers which are really weird. This one in... I don't think I'll be able to find it now, but there's some weird items in the marketplace. But anyways, I'll just go to the most used weapons and just do some testing. The equalizer, I think we're gonna back up all the way in the garage and shoot at that poster over there. Let's see how we're gonna aim for his nose. So this still gets a small spread. Let's check without cabin. A bigger spread, but it's not that bad. Alright, now let's test out the Reaper. I think firing it on the picture is good, but it doesn't really give me the accuracy at long range. So I'm gonna fire into the mountains and see if we get a big difference. So as you can see now, it's all over the place. Now we have our new cabin. Less vertical recoil or less vertical spread, but still horizontal spread. Right now we have a hammerfall. Let's fire on the wall and in the air. Still a big spread. Okay, so for hammerfall accuracy, you don't really notice it. Spread stays the same. So now we're gonna test out the Mandrake, and I've seen that weapons which have a crosser that moves or gets bigger and smaller, those are the only weapons that affect the cabin, or those are the only weapons that have a boost or a perk with the new cabin. We're gonna, like for this one, the Mandrake doesn't have a crosser, it has a dot, but it doesn't move, doesn't get bigger or smaller. So we're gonna fire there, and it's gonna be all over the place. Oh, it's actually pretty accurate. Holy moly. Let's check again. Let's double check. That was actually spot on. Right now we have our Torino cabin, and let's see. It actually got worse, which is weird. But like I said, it needs to have a crosser that moves. For example, a Fat Man. A Fat Man has a crosser that moves when you turn your turret. Let's see. Let's do when it's really small, it's really accurate. It just has a lot of drop. So it will be kind of hard to test this. I think the crosser gets smaller really fast. Alright guys, I've noticed with the Fat Man, the crosser gets smaller faster with the other cabin. And with normal cabins, it takes a while to get small. But your accuracy depends on the reticle. Yeah, see? It's way faster with this one. So I'll put a timer up for you guys so you guys can see the difference. I'm guessing the same thing counts for the Mammoth. Turn speed is really slow though. Yeah, it feels a bit slower. Your accuracy still depends on the reticle. Now here we have a grenade launcher, and this one will have a big effect on the weapon. It's already pretty accurate. The retcher's a bit more spread. Can't really notice it with the GL. Wow, that was a big spread. So for the GL, your reticle gets pretty big, and then the 20% doesn't really help, as you can see. Now we have the retcher. Look at how big the crosser is right now. Oh, it stays this big. Actually, the retcher was really annoying at long range because it would spread so far apart. Now let's see what it does in long range. The spread, it's hard to tell. The spread is a bit smaller, but there's still a spread. Now we have our Spider cab. I don't know, the spread feels... It's just a little bit bigger. The cabin doesn't really affect it. Now we have the cricket, the weapon that everybody's worried about that will get spammed. And I think the cabin has the best use with the crickets, I think. Like for long range, the cricket was... Let's fire in the mountains. All over the place. Now with the new cabin, they still have a spread. They're a bit more accurate, but they do separate quite a bit still. So yeah, it's not as OP as you think, guys. It's a nice accuracy buff, but it's not that OP. Let's test out our fortunes. Well, I guess they go straight. Fortunes are a bit more straight with the other cabin, but no big difference. Alright, now let's test out how accurate the fuse drone is with the old cabin and the new. Right, he's still doing his thing. Seems pretty accurate to me. Alright, now let's see how accurate our drone is now. It's the same speed, he reverses for like a mile and then goes to its target. Same damage, 255. But this is just a joke. The cabin doesn't affect the fuse, just lollygagging. Alright guys, let's test out the rapiers. Sounds kind of cool, but I think your accuracy still depends on your cross or reticle. Like if it gets bigger, your shots kind of go all over the place. But I think your initial shot will still be OP. Like for scorpions, for example, their accuracy was reduced by 20%, or I think something like that. And now with the cabin, it increased by 20%. So the scorpions are still pretty accurate. I don't have scorpions yet, so I can't really do that test. The best I got is, I think, little boys. I think little boys were kind of like scorpions, but a cannon. So I don't have scorpions, but we're gonna test the little boys. Oops, I can only put one. I'm gonna put one more because then we can see how far apart our cannon shots go. So cannons look pretty accurate to me. So let's shoot from a nice long distance. Again, the accuracy depends on your reticle, so keep that in mind. But it does look a lot smaller with this cabin. Which, look at that, very nice. I think we're around the same distance with the little boys. Again, yeah, it's the same. Your accuracy really depends on your reticle. And it goes down faster with the new cabin, but you know, it's still not, you know, super OP like everybody thinks. With this cabin, it just takes a while before it gets smaller. Now, while on the move, your guns will still shoot a bit messed up. Alright guys, there you have it. I tested out the weapons. I showed you guys the most important ones, and to be honest, I wasn't really impressed. I was gonna show you guys all of them, but as I was testing them, I found out that it doesn't really work with all weapons, and it's not that OP as you guys think. So now I know why the devs were defending it like that. For example, the weapons that don't have a reticle, like shotguns and a bunch of others, don't really have effect with this cabin. It does nothing for them. Shotguns don't get extra accuracy. The spread of the shotgun stays the same. The guns with the spread stays the same. It doesn't reduce the spread. The spread stays the same. Accuracy is something else. Now, for weapons that do have a reticle, like the cannons and other stuff, now I found out with cannons, the reticle gets smaller a bit faster with the new cabin, and with normal cabins, it shrinks a bit slower. Like, for example, if your reticle had a maximum spread of like 1.5 centimeters, with the old cabin, it will be 1.5 centimeters, or any other cabin, and with the new cabin, it will be 1 centimeter, the maximum spread of the reticle. That's it. Your accuracy still depends on your reticle size. So the only weapon that really benefits from this is the cricket, because it has a static reticle. It doesn't get bigger, it doesn't get smaller, but it still has a reticle. Now, with the 20% increase in accuracy, the reticle is a bit smaller than it was before. Weapons that have a one-shot capability, not the tsunami. I think the scorpions, I don't have scorpions, so I'm not 100% sure, but the scorpions reticle should also be a lot smaller now and should be really accurate. As for other weapons, the mandrake doesn't have a reticle, the mammoths do, shotguns don't have reticles. I don't think the fuse drones don't have reticles. The spark doesn't have a reticle. Machine guns, that the reticle still gets pretty big, you're still gonna be inaccurate. So you can't hold down the button and just pray and hope for, you'll hit dead on every time you shoot. Now, one thing that will be kind of a problem, I haven't tested it yet, but people that have the Jade perk fully maxed out, weapon spread while moving reduced by 15%. So this means your weapon spread of shotguns and weapons that don't have a reticle will have a benefit from this. I think the mandrake goes in that same category, and all those other stuff that I mentioned, but you have to be moving, so I'm not sure if it's gonna be worth it. I wanted to save up for this, but other stuff came up. So yeah, I tested out the weapons with the new cabin. It's not that OP, guys, so don't be too worried about it. Is it pay to win? That's a hard question. It is and it isn't at the same time. It is a unique perk, but it doesn't break the game. If you really want the cabin, you can grind or whatever you want to do for it. I'm being really careful with my words here. But it's not OP, and I'm not saying this because I'm trying to be careful. You guys saw the test. I did some testing, and this is just really how it is. The only beneficial weapons are the cricket and the scorpion, maybe, and the other weapons that have a one-shot volley type system and really don't have a reticle that moves around a lot. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Not sure if this clip will be added in a separate video or in my update video, but I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you're not subscribed yet, this is a great time to do so. I'm really growing on YouTube, and you guys get to watch new Crossout videos frequently on my channel if you do, and also some other games that I play on my channel. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. Try to have fun in the game. Don't continue to grind. If you're kind of sick of grinding, just take a break. Just do some normal PvP. Have some fun. Make a troll build. Just do whatever. If you get sick of Harvester, just make a nice anti-Harvester build and just go for Harvester players only. I don't know. Try to have some fun. If the grind gets too grindy, just take a break. Don't quit the game. Just take a break. Play a different way. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the update. Update was okay-ish. Nothing too special. Nothing I really hated. Nothing I really liked. Let me know what you guys think, and I hope this video was good, and I hope I entertained you guys and stuff. Alright guys, have a good day. See you in the next one. Peace out.